man, whatever you do wrong must come back around in a circle. Just like you know what I'm talking about? If you did wrong and everybody know it's blatant, the truth is out in the open. You sent that type of energy towards the Young Dolph way, and you got no Young Dolph knocked off. And that's just what it is.
You said he got Young Dolph
knocked off. Yeah, okay. Because the energy he put out.
You said that, not me. Okay.
The energy he put out, if he ain't put that type of energy out, it wouldn't have never ended up just like this.
Gotti was in the streets for real in Memphis, bro. Like, I ain't saying it because I'm saying to him. I just keep it real. If he wasn't a street nigga, I'd say he went in the street. He was in the streets, bro. Like,
Fernandez Govan not guilty in count 1 of the indictment. We, the jury, found the defendant Fernandez Govan not guilty in count 2 of the indictment. Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict? Yes. Is this your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Dolph, you a soft ass nigga. You nice ass. If you got a problem, say you got a problem. Shake. Nigga, ain't no more king of Memphis. You ain't king of South Memphis. You ain't from the city.
Memphis is on fire, and the streets are talking. Blac Youngsta, once Yo Gotti's loyal soldier, is suddenly pulling away from CMG. Fans are asking, why now? Is he stepping back to save himself, or does he know secrets about Young Dolph's unsolved murder? From scrubbing CMG off his social media to calling out fake loyalty, every move he makes is under microscope. The tension is real, the rumors are wild, and one thing's certain. What happens next could change everything in Memphis rap forever. Stay with me, because you don't want to miss a second of this. Memphis is buzzing with tension, and the hip-hop world can't look away. The spotlight's locked on Blac Youngsta, Yo Gotti, and CMG Empire. A crew once seen as unshakable but now showing visible cracks. Rumors are swirling that Youngsta's loyalty to Gotti and the label is starting to slip, and with that shift, old whispers about Young Dolph's death are resurfacing, louder than ever. This isn't your average rap feud or clout-chasing stunt. Fans are uneasy, wondering if these fractures could spiral into something far darker. The spark came just days ago when Blac Youngsta wiped CMG from his bio and started hinting at going solo. For Memphis rap followers, that move hit like a bombshell. After years of standing firm with Gotti and fiercely waving the CMG flag during the turbulent beef with Young Dolph, Youngsta suddenly seems ready to rewrite his own story. And the streets are watching every step. The big question on everyone's lips right now, is Blac Youngsta really cutting ties? Or is this just another stage stunt? After all, he's played this game before. Just last year, he scrubbed CMG from his bio right before Yo Gotti's birthday, only to pop up at the celebration like nothing had happened. But this time, the energy feels heavier, more pointed. Youngsta's openly calling out fake CEOs and fake loyalty, and the streets are quick to connect the dots back to Gotti. Why does it hit so hard? Because Blac Youngsta wasn't just another name on the CMG roster. He was the muscle, the enforcer who kept the label's rep alive in the streets. When the tension between Yo Gotti and Young Dolph reached its boiling point, it was Youngsta who stepped into the spotlight, taking shots that Gotti himself avoided. He didn't just posture, he lived it. Think back to the moment he rolled into Dolph's neighborhood strapped, ready for a showdown. Or when he filmed that infamous graveyard video, it was all proof that he wasn't afraid to go further than anyone else to carry CMG's weight. Who could forget that video? Youngsta rapping in a graveyard, posted up in front of a headstone etched with Thornton, Dolph's real last name. It wasn't just a diss, it was a calculated strike, raw and reckless. Those stunts kept CMG buzzing, but they also ignited a storm of backlash. After Dolph's tragic death in November 2021, Youngsta didn't pull back. He doubled down, mocking Dolph online, disrespecting his memory, and dragging CMG into the mud by association. Word has it, Yo Gotti wasn't pleased. Not because of any hidden peace with Dolph, but because Youngsta's antics painted a target on the label for all the wrong reasons. What was once loyalty started to look like liability. Fast forward to today, and the cracks between Gotti and Youngsta are widening. His recent moves, scrubbing CMG from his identity, preaching about fake loyalty, feel like more than a social media stunt. They hint at deeper fractures. And hanging over all of it? The unsolved weight of Young Dolph's murder. That case has loomed like a shadow over Memphis, and every new development breathes life into rumors that refuse to die. Now, fans are asking, are these moves by Youngsta tied to truths about Dolph's death that haven't surfaced yet, or is this just another layer of smoke in a city that's already on fire? The rumors only intensified after a courtroom twist that left Memphis stunned. Hernandez Govan, the man prosecutors labeled as the middleman in Young Dolph's murder, was just acquitted on every charge. The trial ended in chaos, and with that verdict, a massive gap opened in the case. Govan was believed to be the bridge connecting the plot to Anthony Big Juk Mims, Yo Gotti's brother. Street chatter long suggested Juk put a six-figure bounty on Dolph and even had eyes on other paper route empire artists. But with Big Juk gunned down in January 2024, that crucial thread unraveled before the courts could press further. Now, with Govan walking free and Juk out of the picture, whispers say Blac Youngsta sees an opening. No looming legal heat, no Juk pulling strings. Maybe this is his chance to finally cut ties and rebrand himself. Still, Youngsta's position in all of this is tangled. He wasn't just another rapper on CMG's lineup. He was Gotti's go-to agitator, the one expected to keep the label loud and messy when needed. In Memphis slang, insiders call it being a send-out, a soldier sent to do the dirty work while the boss stays clean. And for years, Youngsta wore that role like a badge. Stan's take on Blac Youngsta cuts deep. In his view, Youngsta's loyalty has always followed the money. Long before CMG, he was tied to one of Yo Gotti's rivals. Then he flipped sides and went all in for Gotti. That shift made him valuable, but also dangerous. When he clowned Dolph online and threw shots in his music, it kept CMG buzzing, but it also chained the label tighter to a deadly feud. Every diss track, every viral stunt pulled CMG deeper into Dolph's shadow, whether Gotti wanted it or not. Now, with Youngsta pulling away, the whispers are getting louder. Does he know more than he's letting on? Did he see something, here's something that's making him back off before things boil over again? That's the unnerving question hanging in the air. Because at the heart of all this is the Dolph case, the darkest cloud over Memphis hip-hop. The beef between Dolph and Gotti wasn't just rap competition. It was years of tension rooted in Memphis turf, pride, and power. And for many, the question of who really called the hit still lingers, unsettled and explosive. Memphis beef has always been fueled by rivalries, label clashes, and personal shots, but the contrast between Yo Gotti and Blac Youngsta couldn't be sharper. Gotti played it cool, keeping things subtle and calculated. Youngsta, on the other hand, was loud, brazen, and unapologetically reckless. After Dolph's death, his trolling online didn't just anger fans, it raised unsettling questions. Was he moving with Gotti's blessing? Or was he freelancing, trying to prove his worth by going harder than anyone else? Either way, the fallout was the same. CMG looked messy. The label, already under a microscope, suddenly had Youngsta's antics dragging it into even murkier waters. Now, with him publicly stepping back, fans are left speculating. Is this a strategic retreat to save himself? Or is it the first sign that the glue holding CMG together is finally breaking apart? Maybe Youngsta's pulling back to save himself before the whole house of cards collapses. Because truthfully, CMG isn't looking as bulletproof as it once did. For years, Gotti's label was untouchable. A dynasty powered by Moneybagg Yo's chart toppers, Youngsta's street heat, and the meteoric rise of Glorilla. To the outside world, they looked like a family bound by loyalty and success. But that image is starting to crack. Moneybagg's buzz doesn't hit like it used to. Youngsta's moves feel uncertain, almost unstable. And now it's Glorilla who's carrying the weight of CMG on her shoulders. As insider Stan bluntly put it, Gotti is funneling resources into Glorilla to keep her star blazing, while the rest of the roster struggles to keep pace. Pile on the legal clouds and the street rumors, and suddenly CMG doesn't look like an empire. It looks like it's fighting to hold the walls up. With the streets buzzing and Youngsta edging away, it's starting to feel like CMG is fraying from the inside out. What really has fans on edge is the fear that this isn't just label drama. It could spiral into something deadly. Memphis isn't just a rap hub. It's a pressure cooker, where loyalty is currency and betrayal can get you buried. Youngsta's been firing shots about fake brothers and fake loyalty, and if those words are aimed at Gotti, that's as bold as it gets. Stan didn't sugarcoat it either. He warned that the same energy people believe Gotti aimed at Dolph could easily turn on Youngsta if he pushes too far. In Gotti's world, liabilities don't stick around, and Youngsta, reckless, unpredictable, and possibly holding secrets, might have flipped from asset to liability overnight. Meanwhile, social media sleuths are in overdrive. On X, fans are dissecting cryptic posts, digging up old videos, and flashing alleged receipts, trying to piece together a puzzle no one can quite solve. As one user bluntly put it, if Youngsta's talking, it means he knows something, and that makes him dangerous. Youngsta's got too much inside info. He better watch his back. one fan warned. Another chimed in, "Ain't no loyalty in these streets. Everybody's out for self." And that's the energy rippling through Memphis right now. Wild speculation, heavy whispers, and no clear answers. Did Youngsta flip? Is he bailing from a sinking ship? Or is he simply plotting his own path? What's undeniable is that the Memphis rap scene is on fire. Blac Youngsta, once Yo Gotti's most loyal soldier under the CMG banner, now looks like he's breaking ranks, and it's got the streets buzzing louder than ever. His quiet move of erasing CMG from his social media bio sent shockwaves, amplified by cryptic bars about fake CEOs and fake loyalty. For fans, that felt less like a stunt and more like a turning point. After all, Youngsta wasn't just another artist on the label. He was the enforcer, the loud voice, the loyal face of CMG during its ugliest chapter, the bitter feud with Young Dolph. Which begs the question, what's making him switch sides now? And why, every time his name does the conversation circle back to Dolph's unsolved death? Youngsta's ties to CMG run deep. During the heated Gotti-Dolph feud, he was always front and center, rolling into Dolph's neighborhood armed, or shooting a video at a graveyard in front of a tombstone marked Thornton, Dolph's real last name. These stunts kept CMG buzzing in the streets, but they also brought unwanted attention. The label's spotlight wasn't always flattering, and reportedly, Gotti wasn't thrilled with Youngsta's reckless approach. He wasn't upset about the beef itself, just how Youngsta's trolling after Dolph's 2021 murder dragged CMG into controversy. Now, with Youngsta stepping back, fans are left asking, is he trying to escape a sinking ship, or does he hold secrets the public doesn't know? Hovering over all of this is the shadow of the Young Dolph case. Hernandez Govan, accused as the middleman in Dolph's killing, just walked free, and with Yo Gotti's brother out of the picture, the puzzle has even fewer pieces to connect. Big Juke, killed in 2024 before the trial could unfold, was a crucial piece of the puzzle, and now he's gone. Rumors suggest he put a six-figure hit on Young Dolph, while Hernandez Govan's acquittal only adds more uncertainty. Some in the streets are whispering that Youngsta might see this as his moment to make a move, to finally step away. And with everyone asking who really ordered Dolph's murder, questions about Youngsta's knowledge are swirling. Was he carrying out Gotti's orders, or just proving his loyalty? Either way, his actions kept CMG under a magnifying glass. CMG used to project the image of an unstoppable family. Moneybagg Yo was dropping hits, Youngsta kept the streets talking, and Glorilla rose almost overnight. But now, the shine is dimming. Moneybagg's buzz is fading, Youngsta's energy feels off, and Glorilla seems to be carrying the weight of the label on her shoulders. Insiders like Stan Gi note that Youngsta's loyalty has always followed the money, making him as valuable as he is potentially dangerous. In Memphis, loyalty isn't just prized, it's survival. And when it cracks, things can get messy, even deadly. The tension is palpable online, especially on X, where fans and insiders alike are speculating with an intensity that hasn't been seen in years. Every post, every cryptic comment, every seemingly innocuous photo is being dissected and analyzed as if it were a piece of a larger puzzle. The focus is squarely on Blac Youngsta, once the unshakable enforcer for CMG, who now appears to be stepping away from the very empire he helped build. Street chatter is reaching a fever pitch. Some are convinced that Youngsta knows too much, that he's privy to information about past conflicts, hidden dealings, and possibly the darker chapters in Memphis hip-hop history. Others warn that loyalty in these streets is fleeting, a currency that vanishes the moment ambition, fear, or survival instincts take over. In this city, everyone is looking out for themselves, and no one is untouchable. So, what's real? Is Youngsta quietly snitching, betraying old allegiances to save himself or get ahead? Or is he simply stepping back from a crumbling empire, recognizing that the walls around CMG are starting to crack and deciding it's better to retreat before things fall apart entirely? The questions don't end there. Fans, reporters, and insiders alike are wondering if CMG itself, the once mighty label that boasted a roster including Moneybagg Yo, Youngsta, and the breakout star Glorilla, can survive the fallout. The label once projected the image of an unshakable family, untouchable and untied to anyone outside their circle. Moneybagg Yo's hits were dominating the charts, Youngsta kept the streets buzzing, and Glorilla's meteoric rise seemed to signal that CMG's influence wasn't just intact but growing stronger. But the reality behind the scenes is far less glamorous. Rumors of internal strife, creative differences, and loyalty conflicts have been circulating for months, and Youngsta's recent moves have only intensified speculation. Social media platforms, especially X, have become a virtual battleground where fans piece together every snippet of content. Posts, old videos, and cryptic lyrics are being analyzed for hidden meaning. Fans debate endlessly. Is Youngsta acting on inside knowledge, or is this simply a calculated career move? The answer is unclear, and the ambiguity is fueling excitement, fear, and unease in equal measure. The stakes are even higher given Youngsta's history. He has always been more than just a CMG artist. He was the label's enforcer, the loud, brash, and unapologetic presence who made sure CMG remained relevant in Memphis's competitive rap landscape. During the intense feud between Yo Gotti and Young Dolph, Youngsta's actions, rolling into rival neighborhoods armed, filming videos in graveyards marked with Dolph's real last name, Thornton, kept CMG in the headlines but also attracted significant backlash. While the label benefited from street attention, those same actions drew scrutiny and concern from fans and insiders alike. Word on the streets was that Gotti himself was uncomfortable with some of Youngsta's antics, not because of the conflict itself, but because of the spotlight it shone on CMG for all the wrong reasons. Now, with Youngsta appearing to distance himself from the label, the speculation is intensifying. Is he trying to escape a sinking ship, or does he know things the public doesn't? The unresolved murder of Young Dolph looms large over every move in Memphis, and the fact that key figures like Hernandez Govan were acquitted or taken out of the picture has only complicated the narrative. Big Juke, Gotti's brother and a central figure in past conflicts, was killed in 2024, removing another piece of the puzzle. Fans wonder if Youngsta's retreat is connected to these unresolved mysteries, or if it's a calculated decision designed to safeguard his future. Online, the discourse is frenzied. Fans are piecing together old interviews, social media posts, and cryptic references in lyrics, trying to connect dots that may never fully align. Some argue that Youngsta's loyalty has always been tied to whoever holds the power or the money, making him both valuable and potentially dangerous to those around him. Others suggest he is playing the long game, carefully navigating a treacherous landscape where one misstep could cost him everything. The fear of betrayal, the uncertainty of loyalty, and the shadow of past violence combine to create an atmosphere where every action is scrutinized and every word dissected. The broader question remains, can CMG withstand this shakeup? The label's once formidable roster now faces internal pressures that threaten to unravel years of carefully cultivated dominance. Moneybagg Yo's influence may be waning, Youngsta's energy feels unpredictable, and Glorilla is carrying more weight than ever. The empire that seemed invincible is now showing signs of strain, and fans are watching closely, aware that in Memphis, the line between loyalty and betrayal is razor-thin. And so the conversation continues. The streets are alive with tension, every fan, insider, and observer waiting for the next move. Will Youngsta return, or will he vanish from CMG's orbit entirely? Will the label recover, or is this the beginning of a slow unraveling? In a world where loyalty is everything, the fall of one key player could trigger a cascade of consequences that reverberate far beyond the music scene. As fans speculate, and their eyes, one thing is certain. The story is far from over, and Memphis is watching, waiting, and wondering what comes next.